Hey, what is up, everyone? It is Rich. All right, welcome to 10 Minutes With. So, this was recommended by a few people in the comment section of the Jim Steranko video, and that was Paul Gulacy. And I thought Paul Gulacy is a great choice for a bunch of reasons. One, although I know Paul Gulacy's name and I've definitely seen his work, I'm not super familiar with his art, and he's just kind of one of those artists where, for me, maybe you go through a back issue bin and you see his name on books. So I remember early when I was collecting my career, I would see him credited in, I think, some DC books. Maybe they were Marvel, but I always knew that he was really good. But having an opportunity to spend a little quality time with Paul's work, it was really fun, and he is really good. So let's get right into this and explore some Paul Gulacy. These are all handpicked by me. I thought that they were really powerful images. I thought that they connected some dots for us in terms of the theme of these videos, and let's do it. So thank you for the recommendation, too. I really appreciate it. This is nice. This is really good. I mean, it's definitely got a little bit of the Steranko kind of vibe on it, and it's just a nice drawing. Paul's stuff is pretty iconic. There was definitely, so this is another one that clearly like has a little bit of the Steranko sort of vibe on it. Really, really neat, actually. Some great ideas in here. I mean, that's the cool thing about these videos and exploring this stuff for any of us, myself, procuring the art, and you guys watching these videos. This is going to plant a lot of ideas in your head. You're exposing yourself to a lot of different imagery that will sort of float around in your head, and some of it will stick with you. You may not even know 2 years from now you'll have some abstract memory of an image that you saw, and you might channel it, and it won't really look like the art, but this is really cool piece. I like these. He did a series of prints. Print sets were very big, I guess, in the 70s. They sold. They were something unique, and it was an opportunity for, I think, for artists to kind of explore the different art styles, and also just kind of flex. Something that maybe they weren't able to do necessarily on the comic book pages. And I think also illustration. With the studio guys, Bernie Wrightson, Barry Windsor Smith, Kaluta, and Jeff Jones. You know what I mean? Like they were kind of channeling the Frazetta thing. The Frazettas were doing print sets, and so but these are really, really cool. They're really interesting, and it's just some neat techniques. And they're kind of like, Gulacy's almost got like a little bit of like an atmospheric vibe to a lot of his work, where it's like slightly unsettling, I guess would be maybe like a word that I would use to describe some of it. Not all of it, but he creates like a sense of atmosphere. I thought this was really neat. And my apologies if something isn't necessarily all Paul's work. I mean, this is inked by, I think, Pablo Marcos, but this is great. And this actually is kind of fun because it actually connects maybe more of the dots, because this looks almost like, to me, I'm no expert, but maybe John Romita Sr. or one of those guys. It's a little out of my wheelhouse. I mean, I obviously respect those guys, but I just haven't seen enough of it to really be any kind of an authority on it. And I don't think I'm an authority on any of this stuff, to be clear. I said I do these videos to learn and just sort of enjoy the art. I really do think it's beneficial, though. I mean, I don't know how it affects me, but it has to do something good. I believe it. These are cool. And if you have ideas for other influence chains, definitely let me know. I mean, obviously, we're stacking a lot of ideas out there now. And in fact, I'm actually going to do a second 10 minutes with today, so you're going to get two. I'm doubling down. But I had promised that I would do one a week for Patreon. So I'm going to head over to the Patreon Discord and look for one of their suggestions, and that's going to get up right after this. So I haven't picked what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to go over there and check out. Our Discord's great. I'm in the process of setting it up, but it's all set up except for the voice channels. So I'll get that going hopefully this weekend, and then it should be all set. But it's pretty badass. All kinds of drawing sections, inking, inspiration. There's media, all kinds of fun stuff. Anyway, all right, Gulacy. This is nice. He did a few of these pieces. These are interesting because it's like, yeah, it's like there was a lot of art at this time that kind of reminded me of stuff like this. The inking styles were getting like more maybe European. That's pretty interesting. Yesterday I said Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. I meant Jose Gonzalez, I believe, is one of the Vampirella artists. I caught it after the video. I think his name is Jose Gonzalez. Really good, but someone recommended Esteban Morodo. I love Morodo stuff. There's a whole bunch of artists from that era that I want to get into. So this is cool. So this is Masters of Kung Fu, I believe. Really cool stuff. I've always wanted to like read these books. It looks pretty fun. They're nice drawings. He got better and better at this too. You'll see. I've got some really interesting pieces. This is a Batman piece. I mean, I'm assuming this is the was probably done in the 80s, early 90s. I don't see a date on it, but and that feels like the movie Batman, the first movie. This is it's interesting. It's inked by Jimmy Palmiotti. Now I don't know who put on the I guess this is dual shade paper. It looks like it. I'm not any kind of expert on it. I've never used it, but I don't know. Maybe it's just screen tone, like Zipatone. It looks like that other stuff that you put the chemical on, but who knows? Like I said, I've never used it, so I don't know. Is it? It's hard to say. A Zipatone will yellow, so someone will know. Duo shade, is that what it's called? This looks like Zipatone, and Zipatone will yellow some of it. These are cool. This is so classic 70s style, like layouts and stuff. And they're real solid. I mean, I actually like it a lot. Like in particular, like look at the fireplace, like how that's drawn. To me, that's like, you'll hear me refer to sometimes stuff as that looks like perfect comic art. Can mean a lot of different things, but I like how this is summarized in broken lines, nice solid blacks, and it's just very clear. Really like just done with a lot of conviction. This is another Valkyrie cover. She looks a little like Sigourney Weaver-ish. It's crazy how much this ink faded. Whatever pen they were using didn't have the same ink as obviously this other one. Interesting. Never really had, I mean, I've got art that's now probably close to 25 years old. I've never had anything like that happen. The only thing that I've ever seen on any of my pages is way back. I used a little bit of Zipatone on Carlos Deanda occasionally when I would ink him, and the Zipatone sometimes would yellow, it would depend. But you know what? It was more a reaction to the comic book paper than the actual screen tone itself, because I did sample pages, and I have one that I did over Travis that has some Zipatone that never yellowed, but I think it's because it's on Strathmore paper, like 1 or 2 ply paper. Not comic boards, so I don't know, something with the comic board, maybe Rick's. So this was from Fear, I think Fear issue 20. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm assuming that's Mobius, yeah. I was doubting myself for a split second. Oh, and the cover, so someone in the comment section, the Dare Dash Devil cover that we looked at, it was actually penciled by Gene Colan. It looks like it was inked by Steranko, or vice versa, but I think they had Colan's name first, so usually that would mean pencils, and then Steranko may have inked it. So anyway, just to clarify on that. Nice gun. So this was interesting. I pulled this just because we had the Blade Runner Steranko piece, and again, this is just got a very like 70s kind of vibe to it. Not just the hair and stuff, but I mean this type of art. You know, the Hildebrandt brothers. There was a lot of kind of like, it was the 60s spilling over into the 70s aesthetic, and I guess this could be even early 80s. This looks a little disco-y. Yeah, this might be like late 70s, 79. Her outfit looks very, what was it, Studio 54. I thought this was interesting. This kind of got the Steranko vibes on it. You think so too, Kate? I think this is supposed to be Black Widow. I thought this was nice too. Very classic, old school. Well, not super old school, but older school comic cover. It's just fun. You can get a little bit of like Al Williamson vibe from this figure, maybe a tiny bit. These were neat. These are like scans off the originals of these covers. You can see them a little bit. Pretty cool inks. This has got some cool sort of psychedelia. And again, you can see that Steranko kind of vibing. A little Michael Golden here, but it could just be coincidental. This is cool too. Kevin Nolan kind of does a little bit of stuff like this. Oh, so now the thing is though is so we need to move forward with this influence chain. So we've done Milton Caniff, Jack Kirby, Steranko, Paul Gulacy. Now we don't necessarily have to spill out from Paul Gulacy if you don't feel that there's people that were directly influenced by Paul. But let's continue with like the next iteration of Kirby. So who were artists in the 70s that were pulling from a lot of Kirby? This was cool too. Again, this has kind of got that creepy sort of aloof vibe. I like that kind of stuff. This is 1980. It's kind of pretty cool, actually, really cool. I like this too. This is, to me, is very Gulacy. If I think of Paul Gulacy stuff, I kind of think of this like female figure right here, which again, that's that Steranko vibe. This was funny to me just because I'm a huge Jimi Hendrix fan, and this looks right off of Smash Hits. It's like bam, 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 bam. Look at this. This is pretty cool. All right, we got to get hustled. We only got 10 minutes, but these are nice. These, I'm guessing, maybe were for another print set. This is the color cover of this. Love those old Marvel colors. It's so fun. This is nice, too. Some of these pieces remind me a tiny bit of Jeffrey Catherine Jones. They not overall, but just there's a little bit of that vibe. And this was cool, too. Pretty sure that this is Paul's stuff, but it may not be, but it was credited as Doug Mensch writing it and Paul drawing it, so who knows. This doesn't look exactly like his stuff, but this is cool with the screen tone over the eye. And this was a nice page. I think this was the last piece that I grabbed. I like this. This is really neat. Oh yeah, look at this. Carlos Pacheco did some real nice X-Men or Uncanny X-Men or was Wolverine, and it had some of this kind of content for a couple of issues. It was really good. It was kind of when I first got into Pacheco's stuff, a little bit before. But this was nice too. Looks like Benicio del Toro. I know it's probably not, but yeah, definitely not in 86. She's cute. Nice colors on it. It's good. Oh yeah, this is cool too. Gulacy. Alright. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice. Man, that's good. And look at this. Bam! Steranko Manenko. It's not even a word. Alright, you guys have a great day. I'll be back in probably like 45 minutes to an hour with another one. And like I said, it's going to be a Patreon pick. So they've been throwing some crazy stuff my way. Just going to do a random pick of the choice, though. I'm not going to curate it. So I don't even know what it's going to be. All right, I'll talk to you guys shortly. Bye.